To bring us back, it's morning. Dervona's nowhere to be found. But the other three of you wake up. You find above you you find that there's no real sunlight bearing down on you, mostly in part due to the roots that shields you from the sun overhead. The small fire pit that's in the center of this small encampment is now but smolder. The wood was dry, so there's no smoke. But the smell of fires clings to all three of you very heavily.
Ugh. I smell like cinnamon now.
Okay, you smell like cinnamon for an entire hour. Actually, roll a d20.
Yeah, he gets a 1.
I got a 2.
The spell does nothing. You go through the motions of casting prestidigitation, but nothing happens when you finish casting it.
It's going to be all day with this, aren't we?
As such, as you three get out, Elizabeth, roll a perception check.
This has to do with the fighting in the background?
No. Sorry, that was something else, but no, just roll perception. Yeah, okay, so you get fleeting glances of that animal you saw a few nights ago. The white deer, but it's more that it was like at the very edge of the tree line, and then it was just gone the moment you looked directly at it. Rainer, roll a d20. Nope, everything's still there. Okay, you guys can move on if you want. You don't find Dervona, but well, there's no blood stains or bodies, so you assume she just left on her own for some reason.
What about Snake Lady?
Snake Lady is with you. She was just sleeping on the outside of this small cave. That's the only name she's given you. She's already up, and it appears she's sharpening a knife.
Do they not stay sharp? She sharpens one like every day. How many do you have, lady?
You also see a massive belt of knives laying in front of her.
How do they not stay sharp? Like there has literally only been 2 attacks.
That we know of.
She just looks up. I listen to the girl. And then just goes back to sharpening. The dwarf left a few hours ago.
What were we doing again? I don't even remember.
We just
No. What are we doing here at this tree?
we're going towards the war forge, right?
The other woman told me to remind you guys not to forget to go back to the Warforged and drop off those trinkets.
Who has the trinkets, anyways?
I do. I have the bag of holding. Ever. Ever. The tab has never been updated. Those are mine. Those are mine. I put them in there, but those are mine. Nobody else knows I have them. I don't know why I have 2 filters of love. I found them somewhere, but it don't make no sense to me to use them.
And we already used it on somebody else.
No, those were different ones. If I remember the incident you're talking about, those were supplied by another person.
So they no longer have any use then.
Okay,
Yeah.
who stole our monk and why is he so happy?
You guys can roll perception checks if you want.
I have a +6 in it. Let's get a 7.
Jing, you really can't place it.
Don't worry, I'm sure Elizabeth will ruin his day somehow.
Elizabeth, the happiest you've seen him like this, at least, was the morning after, but you're fairly certain nothing like that happened last night. So,
What's fuck?
unless he snuck off and did something in the middle of the night, you got no idea why he's this happy. Just to say, no, Rainer, that is not what actually happened to you. Yeah, no, but just for you, Rainer, nothing actually happened to you. That's just the last frame of reference Elizabeth has for you being this legitimately happy about something. Beyond that, she's got really no experience with you being upbeat and not suspicious of something.
This cannot stand.
You also get, you just get this immediate feeling like this is not right. There will be consequences. But But anyways, you guys get moving.
I will follow my monk friend with my puny 16 armor class.
So
There you go. The shit show. Let's keep going.
that might be the unofficial name, but regardless, so you guys come. Everybody roll perception checks.
Oh, good. Another 6. Let's get a 3 this time.
And I got another 20.
You guys,
No.
Rainer, you just feel really upbeat for some reason, and you're not really paying attention to anything. You're just walking. You're just really happy that everything's going on. You just can't. For some reason, you start hearing birds singing, and it's just like nothing phases you. Necro, you're the first one to see the vine snake out. You're the first one to see the vine snake out of the underbrush and slowly begin following Rainer. Jing, you don't see this. Considering these things are basically subterranean, yeah.
I wait.
You don't say anything? Wait, so Elizabeth, you don't do anything?
I do not.
All right. The woman, V, is next to you. She slowly takes out one of her knives and gives you a questioning look.
We save them after.
Do you say this out loud or whisper?
Whisper.
She just gives you a bit of a puzzled look before shrugging and sliding the knife back into the sheath. A couple more paces. Rainer, make a dex saving throw.
Did he make it? No.
Rainer, you feel this. You only feel it at the very last second when you see this, when it goes taut, and looking down, you see this deep green and somewhat slender vine suddenly yank your leg out from under you, causing you to face plant on the ground and drag you off to the side of the path. V just looks to you, Elizabeth. Now?
Yeah, I just follow them.
I think the plant things are back. I hadn't opened my mouth since we started walking, by the way. I'm talking to everybody telepathically.
Rainer, you do hear in your head as you're being dragged along, I think the plant things are back.
Just tell me when you stop and we'll find you.
All right. Roll a dexterity. Roll a dexterity check to see if you can manage to actually get a hold of your leg while you're being dragged quite violently. You can just barely grab onto the leg, but you can't even get the knife around to it.
Do you even have a knife?
Oh yeah, that sword.
Chitana, cut me free.
He dropped it.
No, he didn't drop it. He's still got a hold of it. He just can't get it to his leg.
Take the leg, damn it. Take the leg.
So,
Leave the sword.
Rainer, after about a minute of being pulled, you're brought into a small patch of the jungle that is just clear of trees. It has a few sort of swampy ponds surrounding in it. And in the very center is this massive, it looks like flower bud.
I would stay out of those if you. You might want to halt your movement, sir. Or jam your sword in the ground to keep yourself from going any farther.
It starts to slow down as it seems to be getting closer to you. But for the most part, you also see that there are other vines, and on them there are other creatures. One appears to be this sort of weird bird-looking thing. You're not sure what it is. It looks like its neck's been snapped. Another is this animal. Another is this, you think, panther? It's got 6 legs, 2 tails. Every once in a while, this one's still alive, and the vine around it is wrapped around its torso firmly. Every once in a while, you see it almost shimmer and start to fade before the tentacle tightens, and it's forced back into sort of clarity. One of the other ones actually does have something that's sentient on it. One of them is
The dwarf.
It's not a dwarf, no. It's not Derfauna. It's an orc. This looks like an orc. Got red skin, though.
Is it an Oni?
No.
Is he full in armor?
Is his name Ignis?
You're first off, Raider's the only one that sees this at the moment. You guys are still catching up. It's a hobgoblin. You've met a few. Your tribe has ran into a few. Typically, they run in small groups. They're perhaps the most soldier-like of the goblinoids. They actually also have the most discipline of them. While other goblins would simply overwhelm with numbers, hobgoblins are actually known for tactics and strategy. They also make damn good soldiers if they ever put their minds to it. So most of the time, they're just raiders. This one seems to be trying to stab the vine that's gripping its torso.
You're being dragged to the grave mine. It is going to eat your soul.
Well, it seems to have slowed down, and it's trying to curl up further on your body. You can try and get another swing off. Roll an attack with disadvantage because you're trying to swing while not hitting yourself.
There's the quarterstaff.
Yeah, I want to
With
see
the
big
quarterstaff,
bump
you
on
don't
your leg.
roll at disadvantage because you're at far less risk of hurting yourself. Yes.
How can you cut a vine like that?
It hits. No, I know. I see you have the dice. You have 3D dice rolling. So the tentacle, well, it's a vine, not a tentacle, though it does look odd. It recoils, and you hear this like soft squish, and this small bright green liquid starts oozing out of where you hit it.
Yes, let's piss it off so every tentacle comes after you.
It seems to have shown that roll perception. The vine stops moving up as soon as you hit it. Then begins quivering. It's settled where it's right about the tip is pointed directly at your face. That would require you're gonna have to roll initiative for that as you see this small bud begin to grow on it and start to swell up. You get a face full of it's a very sickly sweet smell. You immediately begin to feel very drowsy.
Sweet.
No, it counts as spores. The creature might be magic, but what it just shot at you isn't.
Pollen.
However, your stupor's immediately broken by something embedded by a sharp pain in your side. It's a dart. And you look up, a hobgoblin threw it. He screams something at you. Do you speak Orcish? You do not reckon it. Sounds guttural.
Don't fall asleep, my friend. That's how it gets you.
Well, the thing is, you don't know what he says. All you know is that he threw the dart at you. When you look to the side to look at him, he just sort of grits his teeth after screaming that at you, and then nods, and then goes back to trying to get the vine off of his leg. But
Oh, my Raider made a friend.
However, Elizabeth and Jing, you two, along with V, burst into the clearing to see this, and you see you see this massive plant bud. You're the one that actually can get a good look at it because Rainer's sort of upside down, dangling, and is sort of getting like half looks at it over his side. So,
Do you know the concept of piñata?
you guys do notice, though, as well, Elizabeth and Jing, as you see the black creature gets dragged up to the top, and the petals open slightly. The creature goes inside. You just as the tail flips out, covered in blood, but the beast is gone.
Okay.
Unfortunately, since none of you were rolling stealth, you were noticed by it as two other tentacles come whipping out at you.
And this
Fireball.
is gonna be fun. Nope.
What are your DCs? Or armor classes, I should say.
19.
16.
So that's 20 and 23. Okay, so Elizabeth, you're hit, but you managed to keep it in. Jing, you're sent flying as you get launched about 20 feet back into the clearing. You get knocked. You're pretty much knocked on your ass. And Elizabeth, you see this and it's just, what the hell?
Don't worry about me. Get the fool that's caught.
As usual. And I started burning everything with acid.
Also, what happened to our acid and fire?
I only have acid.
I have fire. I can point and things catch on fire.
Then do it.
I did. I'm waiting for it to make a strength save, apparently. I don't know why that's a strength save.
You got hit before you could set it off. Also, Hellish Rebuke is a reaction.
Yeah, it hit me, so I hellish rebuked it.
Let me see. And it did not damage.
That was a con.
Point being, it didn't go off because it did not damage you. It just sent you flying. The Hellish Rebuke does go off. It's against the tree that you slammed into. All right, that hits. Which vine are you aiming at?
I don't know what's going on. I'll cut our idiot free.
All right, you do. You also notice the hobgoblin did as well, but he ran off.
Ran off on the club twice. So
He ran.
you throw a dart and you run. You're all types of fun right now, bro.
So where's the source of this vines at?
You say this as you notice the other creature in its vines is dropped inside. You hear the same crunch, though it's much softer this time, probably because it's a smaller thing. As the vine retracts, the vine's slick with blood itself.
Didn't somebody know Faye or Seafin?
Then three vines come up, and Rainer, you recognize this and immediately cover your face, but Elizabeth, roll an initiative. You manage to react as three almost reddish buds start growing out of the tip of the vine that burst and release this sort of pinkish cloud. You don't breathe it in for a few seconds and it disperses. The vines retract and The thing retracts into the earth.
Oh,
To the
that is
sky.
not good.
You hear this rumbling underneath your feet, and then it eventually settles down. Yeah, you are, and you're sort of standing up. You also took 4 damage from a dart, and the dart's still jammed in your side.
Ooh, a dart.
It's gone, though.
I thought the tentacle just left.
No, the entire thing up and left.
And I let it happen.
Jing, you managed to get back up with the group, only to find it's gone.
And yay. Shall we go?
Is there anything around here?
There's the guy that ran off in that direction.
Rainer, for some reason, you still feel really good. You don't know why. You just do.
Well, your hobgoblin friend ran that direction. I believe we need to go that direction. And my back hurts.
Yeah, no, it was a guy.
Look at you, Raiden. So perceptive on genders. Nothing. Are we walking or are we standing here?
We are walking.
Not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
Walking.
And
the
we're
guy-
walking, and eventually it's nightfall. And I meant night.
Ah.
Necro? No.
But he cannot be happy.
I was halfway tempted with the way it rolled on my random encounter sheet. The encounter with the tentacle was supposed to go much differently. Even Neil House gets it one day where he's happy.
Not fair.
Anyways, it's nightfall, and you guys, well, you do come to something of a wall.
We're already at the cliffs.
No, it's an actual wall.
Is this wall alive?
I don't know. You can poke it.
And I stab it.
Okay. One of you poked a wall. The other one stabbed it.
Did anything happen? Something's happening.
Oh, no, that's me typing to the new members of the party of the other game. They're asking me questions.
Yeah.
Why don't we just fly to the top and make camp up there? Elizabeth can carry you. Well, that's your problem.
We still don't know if this wall is alive or not.
Hasn't reacted yet. All right. You start climbing the wall. Well, no, it's actually athletics, but yeah, roll athletics.
Yep, and right under me with the pike up.
She's trying to Vlad the Impaler your ass.
I was trying to do this earlier.
He asked me if he get 1,000 years of Death Rainer with the pike. You get about halfway up before Elizabeth and Jing, before you can even start, you get halfway up. And then said, before you hear, shit. Then you hear, poof, as Rainer just falls off after getting about 20 feet up.
Congratulations, you fall slowly and still land on your face. That take a bunch of dash actions until I'm on top of the cliff. Would you like to take damage? We can arrange that. I'm already on top.
So am I. With us.
V is just looking. Yes, she did.
Technically, she's a snake. She has a climbing speed. A rock.
It's
Yeah, Necro, I was already thinking about that one.
You managed to get up to the top of the ladder. Or the wall. God, I can't say anything all of a sudden.
Climb the ladder, you bitch, nigga.
Throw down a rope.
Couple of trees. There's also a few holes. Looks suspiciously like the one that the big flower-looking thing left when it left.
Anybody got a pistol and a flashlight?
I am not Leon Kennedy. I do not.
You never ran into one, but Elizabeth knows that some do. They're very rudimentary, though. The most advanced is a pistol that can hold 2 shots. Rainer, you really don't know what a gun is. You've heard about them. You just... Yeah, no, you don't know what guns are. At all.
Next to the holes in the ground, do you really want to see your plant friend again that badly?
Well... About 20 feet. No one expects the plant inquisition, so you don't know.
You can always send explosives down the hole. Make materials that go boom. His is magic. But something similar, yes. Have gun. You have gunpowder.
Yeah, Rainer, for the longest time, you had no idea what that barrel was. Or rather, why it was there.
Do you know how much gunpowder costs?
That was just a bag full. A small bag. Collapse a tunnel at most. That's it. Unless somebody has the magic spells, it could blow up something. Something similar to fire.
You guys want to set up camp up here for the night?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. So you take first watch?
Yeah. Nobody else is gonna do it.
Okay. All right. Do you notice some rustling throughout the night? The ground under you rumbles every once in a while. But nothing major. Who takes second watch? Okay. Oh. Hey.
Okay.
Well, sometime during the night, one minute there's an empty spot in the camp next to the campfire. The next, a woman's there. Looks nice. Looks around your age, actually. Elvin? Roll a history check. This is more like trying to recall memory. Elf lady? She more just seems to be looking at the fire, then looking at the night sky, looking around. She doesn't really even seem to notice you or any of the other two that are, or any of the other three that are currently asleep. She's more just...
Is it me that you're looking for?
She doesn't respond beside a little exclamation. Just looks at you quizzically. Almost like she's... It's not so much as she's almost looking... It feels like she's looking through you, almost. But her eyes are focused on your own body. It's like she's both looking at you and not looking at you at the same time. She nods her head. She just sort of looks downcast. She goes back to looking at the fire. Suddenly you have something in your hand. Something's in your hand now. So you hold the amulet, you hold whatever's in your hand up. I misspoke. It's actually a locket. Just closed. Roll strength to try and pry it open. Sealed. Can't get it open. Yeah, she's still there. She nods. She shakes her head. She shrugs. Sure. Yep. It is pried open. And inside is a small being. The woman's gone. No.
Maybe. Because it's the pig.
Yes, but you your head shot up and the woman's gone. The person's still there. Small, tiny. It's about. She's all curled up. And it is a woman. At the very least, a girl. See a small set of wings on her back.
Ooh, a fairy. That's bright. Don't you do it.
Well, you feel really confused. You look at the little. That would be a perception check. Or rather, no, it's investigation because you're actively looking.
That natural 2.
Kinda. You're not sure. She's really small. She doesn't appear to be breathing. Then again, you can't tell. Well, that, and you roll a garbage investigation roll, so you really don't know. You're just shoving it really close into your face to look, aren't you?
All that hot
No
breath.
response. But you do see slight breathing.
And she has a concussion now.
You know not to crush people, not fairies.
Do you?
Good, true, but
I could do push-ups on an egg and not break the egg. You know what?
um,
Feather fins.
yep. The feathers are bigger than her. About an inch. Possibly. The moment you stop touching the locket, it seals shut again. Seal breaks. No
Go to
response.
sleep, Rainer.
To Jing, you stir awake. Rainer seems to be cupping his hand around nothing and holding a feather up to it. Yeah, so Jing,
Go to sleep.
well, Rainer's on watch at the moment, so
Not if he's gonna keep talking to nothing.
but yeah, so well, to them you're not holding anything. Can't seem to pretty much. You can certainly try. Roll D20. Just flash D20.
See if you get punched in the eyeball.
It was a yeah. Eh. No, it does not work again.
What did we put this back on?
Well, you know that it's a fairy. That's... You know it's a fairy, and that's about it. You try, but yeah, it just works. It's a locket with... Well, do you speak Sylvan? It's a derived language, yeah. Sylvan's essentially an ancient form of Elven that's like less refined or more refined, depending on who you ask. It's more... Some of the characters are different in certain ways the words are said. Roll an intelligence at disadvantage. You think it means... You think it means... You know the first letter is C. Beyond that... Nothing else. Yes. It's a small metal loop built into the top. It's just, given that it's sort of... Well, no, given that there's a small being inside of it, you're not sure you want to be dangling it vertically. You don't know. Okay. All right, so you just happen to be the one that keeps rolling. Every time you're up, I keep rolling weird on my encounters chart. Trust me, I'd want to give this to somebody else, but you get the bad rolls. Or good rolls, depending on how you look at it. Again, it's a matter of perspective.
And I get the curse ones.
Yeah, Elizabeth's the only one that seems to get the curse stuff. That being said, V, you're up.
That's very
It's V. Elizabeth took first watch. So depending on who you kicked, you either gotten a spear or a knife. Jing, you get lightly booted in the back.
kick him harder.
So, Jing, roll perception. So, okay, so not much happens.
Are you not reading the chat?
Yeah, you gotta think that stuff over, don't you?
On my way back down now.
So,
Ugh.
Okay, so
Ooh, yes,
Raider, nothing happens to you. Elizabeth, you do have a dream. It's about that damn deer again.
being haunted by a deer.
To some extent. You notice the deer's just sitting next to you.
Does that hit?
No. Actually, the first time you've gotten a good look at the deer. Notice it's got 4 eyes.
There anything you want?
It's got, it's pure white. Got 4 blood red eyes. Got a few. It's got. It looks like a few gnarled parts of its antlers that almost seem sharpened to barbs.
Go. Shoot.
Just sort of keeps looking at you.
He's Raven from the Teen Titans.
Again, it just goes through it.
How are we sleeping anyways?
The wall's pretty thick.
What is it?
It's definitely not an actual creature. Or at least not like any creature you've ever ran into.
What was it? Kana?
It, you don't know. Listen to your voice in your head. So, are you going to actually try and listen, or are you just going to keep throwing a hissy fit? At this point, we're going to take a little break. About 5 minutes.
What was that?
All right. Yeah, 5 minutes. So at around 7. Well, let's just reconvene at 8.
Hmm. Red's gonna be upset when your next boss battle.
Why is that?
The creature has blind sight. Uh, it's only the 30 feet. It has 120 feet of dark vision. Zig is rolling his stats. Let's see how they're going to roll out. Rule out. The bard. He's a criminal bard. Basically, the way I chose the two teammates were the two that put the most effort into their backstories. And that was Zig and Nino.
Agreed.
Okay, we got a 16, an 11, a 6, a 15, an 8, and a 7.
Damn. I think I have one more roll.
You get a reach rule. I can't type. It's 16 and 11. 6, a 15, an 8, and a 7. 7, 15, 18, 16, 12, 10. I'd take that roll. 15, 18, 12, 12, 10. Well, basically he's the only person that hasn't got screwed over by his reroll. Everybody else re-rolled all the. Anybody else that re-rolled their stats because they got a low stat and then ended up getting 2 low stats.
Damn, how many people are in that campaign?
6.
You think
There is Kenji, Mark, you, Zig, and Red, and Nino.
who's the other Necro?
That's you. I don't know where that second account came from, but every time I go somewhere, there's always you, and then there's always that Necro.
Because we don't share
I
that.
mean, there used to be an extra Necro in this one, but somebody deleted it.
Doppelganger.
All right, so
Okay.
There, your doppelganger is gone.
So let's see.
Oh my god.
right, so Necro, you just got talked to by a deer.
Rowan. Okay, now I'm done.
Pull his fucking antlers off.
All right. They pass through the deer.
All right, now I'm done. So what do you want?
To talk.
About what?
Well, you can see me.
That's it.
Partially.
Why not bother somebody else?
You're the only one that can see me.
And
Well, it's been a fairly long time since anybody's actually seen me.
And what makes you so special?
Well, you figured that part out. I mean, you were trying to hit me with that, right?
For all I know, you could just be a part of my imagination or part of this forest's illusions.
This forest is a lot. I was an extremely old and somewhat insane lich. Have the dead rise from the ground. But there are no illusions. At least not once the forest generates. I'm older than what most would say.
Just about how old?
Honestly, at a certain point, I stopped counting. Though, before that, 5,000? I believe I was approaching 5,000, yes.
And how long have you been following me?
Since you first saw me.
So you're my stalker now.
I'm more following. Stalking would imply I have some interest in you.
Which you do, apparently.
Interest is more in the fact that you can see me, and well, it's far more interesting to be around somebody who I have to actually make an effort to sneak up on.
Still a stalker.
You're just jealous you couldn't hit me.
Like I said, for all I know, you might be in my head. Nothing more than an illusion.
Well, fine. When you die to that lich and you didn't take my advice, I'll be the one laughing.
And what advice would that be?
You have to do more than simply unite these tribes. You have to do more.
Like what?
Well, have you ever wondered why they don't want to work together beforehand?
No.
Another thing, being this old means I've seen history. I've seen things repeat themselves. I saw the same thing, a similar situation to this repeat itself before as well.
And
Just so you know, the people in your roles all died.
from
One of
what
them
I
could see me too. But he didn't listen to me either. Well, if you don't want anything else.
All I'm listening to is crackling.
that was coming from you.
What, the crackling? Nah, I don't have nothing that crackles.
How did they fail? And suddenly I wake up with acid everywhere.
Word of advice. At least you're not waking up yet, but you're fading. At least the dream is from you. Word of advice. Don't trust those who put on the nicest face are the ones that's going to be laughing when the knife gets plunged into your back. Sweet dreams. And he just disappears.
Well, I'm gonna have to start kidding everybody that smiles.
That's a little harsh, don't you think?
You don't know that.
I don't know a lot of things, but I do know that stabbing people that smile at you is harsh.
It's morning.
Two, three, 4, 5.
Hmm. So, did anything exciting happen while any of us slept?
That wouldn't talk to himself.
I think Jing might have pissed himself. Wait,
That's
just
normal.
rain. Oh, nope.
That's just normal. And we have breakfast, and then we start walking.
Well, first you guys got to get down the wall.
Very.
To you, yes. To everybody else, no.
And I fly. Jesus too. Raider lands on his face. See Pancho Villa in the distance.
And then we're back at the fort. Yay. Nationwide is on your side.
All right, so who's carrying down who?
I am on my own.
I kind of just jumped.
Okay. You also kind of notice that during your sleep, the locket sort of sprouted these two vines from the top part. And just, they sort of burrowed into your skin. They don't hurt, but they keep the locket fastened to your chest. As far as you know.
It's all in your mind.
You get down the wall.
And we're proceeding and walking.
Gotta start moving.
And stabbing and cooking.
Fuck Davy.
I said stabbing, but okay.
I might have heard something else too.
Out of nowhere, Jing dabs for no reason.
I smack him.
You two watch Jing do something that looks very bizarre.
No rest for the wicked. And God rolls a dice to tell us our faith.
Now, at this point, you guys have gotten used to the terrain and how to move, so.
We're walking, skipping, and we're strolling.
Guys don't run into anything. However, eventually you guys do come to a rather bizarre scene. Small cottage.
Burn it with fire.
Made of stone.
Do I notice anything about this cottage?
I don't know. Jing, you play a very nice duet. You play a very nice song for the cottage, but doesn't seem to react.
Oh, I was playing "This Is What It's Like When Worlds Collide" by Power Man. Quit piggybacking off my rules.
Rainer, it looks like a normal cottage. There's smoke coming out of the chimney. Small one-story cottage. 4 or 5 rooms at most. You feel confused. Your good mood has been lost.
And I feel a little bit happier. Quite suspicious. Four people staring down at a cottage in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. To anybody else, like 4 heavily armed individuals staring at some random cottage. There's a few of them. Roll stealth.
Yes, you're going to stealth when I'm having a concert
Crunch,
right
crunch,
now.
crunch, crunch, crunch.
Kind of curious how well I would do.
You know what? You know what? What
Roll
the
stealth
hell?
if you want.
I am the stealthiest bastard here.
At this point, I just walk up
It's
to it.
yeah, Jing, your stealth is all cut by the fact that you're still playing your song.
This is what it's like when worlds collide. This is what it's like.
Yeah, so
I am stealthily soothing the forest with my rock song.
you get the sense that it's not working. Looks like a small living room. Small. There's a fireplace with a pot over it. A couple shelves with miscellaneous plants and such.
Burn it with fire.
Again, stone.
Melted down with acid.
You can burn stone.
I guess we could. But they have the temperature for it.
I mean, I have a potion of dragon's breath. Pretty sure dragon's breath hot enough to burn stone.
No. Yes, from the fire. Okay. If there was wood. No answer.
Go around the house. Or the cottage.
There's a small farm out back.
Any people?
Again, no. Still no answer.
This is too suspicious. I head towards the farm.
All right. You walk into the farm.
Rock on!
What was that?
those about to rock, we salute you.
Okay.
And with that, I kicked the front door in.
You hurt your foot.
Goddamn wooden doors. How much
The doors
damage?
didn't budge. In fact, he didn't even dent it.
I think this door is magical, guys.
And do something about it.
For those about to rock, we salute you.
Door doesn't budge.
It's definitely magical, guys.
And then
Or
my
just really well made. One of the
then
two.
my hat comes out. An old hag.
Nope. Still nobody's coming out.
Open sesame.
Nothing yet.
I'll take a look around. Nothing.
Sure. You walk around back and all right, yeah. There's a few plants you recognize in the farm. Not many.
So, should we get going?
I do not. I'm a bard.
A very useless one.
But you know what? I go to the window. Let me see if I see how this works. Ooh. I missed you step inside. I have identified. It's a ritual. I can cast it at any time.
All right. You missed. Where did you try to misty step into?
Into the building. because I can see through the window.
All right, you face slam into the window.
Misty step. I turn to a mist. I can move through any crack.
Yeah,
So as long as I can see it, I can get there.
yeah, no. Before you make contact with the window, you for some reason rematerialize as a physical being and facepalm full speed into the window.
And then I break through the window because it's a window.
No, the window doesn't break.
Fuck this place. I keep walking.
All right. How far do you walk? Do you just like keep walking?
Yeah, I leave.
Right. Rainer and Elizabeth, once you see Jing break the tree line, you hear a slight click from the front of the house. And you hear the door slightly... Oh, you hear something creak.
I fly towards the house.
All right. The door's open.
Don't
All right.
I go in.
It's really good in there.
No, I'm coming back to save y'all if y'all get trapped by a witch.
No, what was that story about the two kids that gets eaten by a witch or something?
Hansel and Gretel? Yeah, but the house was made out of candy in that case. Nice house. There's appear to be some kind of animal stew in the pot. Roll nature check. It looks like bird. It's don't see anything.
Go through all the rooms.
You go through all the rooms. 2 of them are bedrooms. One of them looks like a small room meant for alchemy of some kind. Two are
Is there any potions in the alchemy room?
there's a few empty bottles, but nothing made at the moment. There's a small mixing bowl with a small pummel, or one of those. Yeah, there's a small mortar on a pestle set.
Eat.
You're not certain. Can't find anything.
I'm kind of curious. Go ahead. Go ahead. Without me. Go towards the tree line.
Okay. You guys exit the house. Nothing happens. Okay, close the door.
Yeah, we're just wasting time here.
All right. You guys run to catch up with the other guy?
Turns out that dude gets +2 to Constitution.
Okay. And we're walking. Jing, you realize nobody else was with you. And you are very alone.
And we're walking.
Eventually, you guys get to nightfall. Get to a small clearing. It's really getting dark. Find Jing tied to a tree. V was with you three. Or you two, I should say. Yes. Jing, you don't remember how you got tied to a tree. You got into the clearing, and then you ended up tied to the tree.
Jane's asleep against the tree.
Yeah, Jing, you kind of passed out.
Kick him awake.
Jing, you're sort of kicked awake.
I need a soft bed. This is getting ridiculous. Where did this rope come from? Why am I tied to this tree?
How am I supposed to know?
Well, chop chop.
Give me a good reason.
Because fuck you, that's why.
And there you stay. And I walk off. Get up. Three of us are sleeping. Somebody gets a nightmare.
All right, so okay.
What about your rock friend? I do know about him. Yes, I do. So does Elizabeth. You've pulled him out before. He's tried to hide, but we know he's there.
Talk to him.
So, for some reason, Rainer starts pantomiming the actions of taking out an amulet, of taking out something, opening it, and poking at something inside, whatever it is that's inside.
I think he's losing it. Shit, I think I'm losing it. We need to get the fuck off this island.
Want to forget about these people and just go back to the continent?
On fucking what? He. You mean a fairy?
You've heard about them. You've never seen one, you think.
I will thunderwave you in the face right now.
Jing, you're still tied to the tree.
He kept me loose.
Oh. He was tied up with chains. Jing, it feels like something's there, but it's sort of weird. It's like you can feel it, but at the same time you can't.
Okay. Just saying. This is a very bad idea, and it'll take a minute. And you shouldn't really be fucking with fairy folk because they will most definitely kill you. But hey.
Jing, in your head, I might be thinking about the fiends.
A minute later, I know nothing.
Jing, you know that it's casting a kind of enchantment where it's not allowing where it doesn't allow anybody outside of the person who owns it to see or feel it, though it seems the enchantment's weaker. The first part works fine, that nobody else can see it, but other people might be able to interact with it.
Question: Is the charm? Does the charm spell feel parasitic?
All right, so
we're just gonna gloss over that question.
no, she's still asleep.
You said this thing was attached to your chest.
He does not feel the vine.
So the vines are magical. The locket is real. What about the fairy folk inside the locket? Write them where I can see them, and I'll tell you what they say. These chains are actually quite comfortable.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you. Yes, you do know that it's Sylvan. Basics? Why? Who gave it to you? What was their gender? Male or female? No, it's still Lisa. Same handwriting. She looks like an elf.
No, elf spirit.
You see, like, something's being written, but then it, like, the pen just, like, suddenly screws off the page. It takes a few minutes before something else appears. What did the amulet say? Basically. Well, no, that would. It's not because it's the same language. It's simply the fact of you looking at the two and copying it onto another page. You can still see it and still copy it. Means care for, please.
What's it?
So, what did this woman look like? You didn't get that good of a look. You know, she had white hair? Pitch white?
She was elvish.
She had features that looked elvish. She was not Elvis.
She was Elvis. She looked exactly like Elvis. She had the mutton chops and everything, man.
So, goddamn it. All right.
Yeah. How dare you, Nauticus?
Nothing else. Just, okay, good night. Yeah.
Hey, while you're over there, how about you tell her to tell my parents to send the ship and pick us up? We can get the hell out of here. Well, you could at least leave the note.
Just like an angry girlfriend.
Yeah, care for, please.
Ow, 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 ow. Where am I going? Come back here. Oh, that fucking hurt. Oh, I fell asleep again.
All right. During your first watch, you notice. Well, no. For some reason, you just feel really perceptive. Also, roll performance. No, just roll performance.
Performance.
You start suddenly humming a little tune. You don't
This
know.
little out of mind. This little light of mine.
No, you don't know.
Shine.
The vines are glowing. Yeah, but the vines are glowing. And the locket feels warm. Yeah, feels warm.
Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
It's sealed shut. For this case, both?
I feel like you have the Doctor Who watch. Oh. Well, basically, he can turn himself human if he puts his power into a watch, and then the watch, he's always holding the watch, but he never's noticing that it's there. And if he opens the watch, he gets his powers back. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Yeah, Rainer, you lose 5 of your max HP over the course of the night. You lose 5 max. You're losing 5 of your max.
So that also means your current hit points go down as well.
Okay, what is your hit point maximum? 35 or 36? Okay. Your current was set to 36, and that was confusing me. Well, that healed, but regardless. Point being, when you wake up in the morning, you feel colder. But you feel doubly rested. You won't need to sleep at all for the next full day. Yeah. You'll further notice you only need to sleep half as much as anybody else. Basically, except in this case, it's not because of pure-blooded elven heritage, it's because 2 vines are being burrowed into your chest. Regardless, Elizabeth, you're up.
I knocked out.
Elizabeth, you are having a really bad day here.
Oblivious to the things around me.
I have an extra layer of armor as chain, so ha 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 ha.
But you're restrained. Ha 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 ha.
I still use all my magical equipment though. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Something's growing. The Dark Lord rolls his dice to see how our fate will unfold for us.
The wheels of fate are turning. Ready, fight.
Okay.
I just heard something go bloop.
I just are okay.
Luckily, no.
That we know of.
It's turtle power.
All right. So, rest of the night goes pretty easy. Just to save time, we'll have you roll for the next 3 days. You guys, because I just rolled 3 times in the encounter and got the same slot 3 times in a row, so I am really having bad luck with rolls here.
One,
2,
2, 3.
So, the first night, Rainer, roll an intelligence saving throw.
With disadvantage.
Because you're a druid. Okay. You feel a sudden compulsion to shove the locket in your chest. You ignore it. No, as in fully into your chest. Yeah. You don't act on it.
A Nephilim. Satan.
The Unseelie? You didn't shove the amulet in your chest, no.
You keep saying amulet, but isn't it a locket?
Locket.
At this point, I think you're holding an amulet that's disguising itself as a locket.
No, you don't lose anything this time.
This amulet is going to fucking kill you, Rainer, and nobody is going to help you because we can't see it. You're level 6? Holy shit. Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away.
All right,
And
so
we're sleeping.
the second night, nothing major happens. Rainer, the vines start glowing again, but you don't feel any worse for wear than you already were. It looks like something's starting to bud on the vines, though.
Well, Issa's gonna be pissed.
I'm just saying, I think you're growing one of them plant monsters out of your chest.
Yeah, night number 3. Jing, you see... Jing, you don't actually see anything. Elizabeth, you get another dream.
From the stalker?
Not from the stalker. Though you do see something else.
Why don't you stop seeing things, damn it?
It's a curse. That was like all my items.
You see? Yeah, you see that there's these... This sort of humanoid creature. You're not certain what it is. All you're certain of is that it's not something you want to deal with. It never breaks the tree line. It just sits right out of visible view. All you can see. Yeah, all you can see are 2 glowing yellow eyes.
I never see that.
And
And we're staring, staring, staring. Glaring.
And it's watching, and
Yeah,
she's changing.
Gonna become a berserker.
He's just staring.
And it's gonna be a new campaign. What is it?
Definitely not human.
Definitely a young dragon.
No, not a dragon.
It's
Rakshasa.
Not Rakshasa.
Displacer beast?
You got something there. Is it a troll?
Stab it, kill it, fuck it. That is this crew's motto. Congratulations.
Oh, wait, who fucks it then?
I mean, it's your dream, so honestly, you got the hots for it.
No, I stab it. You screw it. Rainer fucks it, I guess.
So, do you try to approach it? Or do you do anything about it?
Can I approach it without feeling threatened?
Roll a d20. Just straight d20.
Bruh, your default emotion is threatening.
So I use my charisma.
You managed to get up close.
And then get shot.
You don't get shot, but
Cured.
it's
I could drink these things all day.
God. It looks like a corpse.
Ooh, flesh golem. Yay!
Not a flesh golem.
Well, there goes my tank.
You get a slight look. It's this inhumanly thin creature.
Ooh.
Where on the chest, ribs are poking out.
Do I recognize it?
No.
Mm.
And we're staring. Staring.
Is it a Bodak?
And I don't know what it is. All in my head. Getting migraines. Sleep terrors.
Anyways,
Is it a Bodak?
I don't know.
That or a bone claw. No, a bone claw. He said it was inhuman, so it was a corpse.
Corpse-like.
There. Glare.
Something gets tossed in front of you.
What got tossed in front?
It's a hunk of meat.
I pick it up.
It's really bloody.
Do I know what kind of meat this is?
No meat you've seen before.
I took a bite out of it. So it was too kind to offer.
The meat tastes raw. You hear this sort of sickening as when you bite in, blood pours out.
Juicy.
The meat's insanely tough.
She's part dragon. I don't think that matters to her.
Even for her, it's hard.
Continue eating it.
You devour it completely.
And the monster?
Gone.
And they said it was a nice meal.
Seems
Then I wake up and everybody's dead.
you wake up and you're devouring a rabbit at the edge of the forest. And you look up, you see the same being having this wide, bloody grin before it just disappears.
You've just performed a sacrifice to Slenderman. Congratulations, you were a demon.
A demonic dragon.
You have no idea what it was.
Sounds like a night walker.
You do feel really tired, though. So much so that you pass out. And that's where we're going to end it for today. Because I'm trying to structure this now, and you guys got a bit further ahead than I was intending. Also, to get any further, we might want Dervona.
Probably forgot we had a session today.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I actually forgot about it until I checked.
Until you've seen a bunch of